Hey guys, it's Willow. The purpose of this video today is that I want to do a run through of everything we know so far about the upcoming Endgame update that TwoZoos has been working on. We do not yet know when this update will be released. However, there has been some recent activity which could indicate that things are going to be happening soon or in the very near future. So the first thing that we saw happen recently was this message popped up on the message board at spawn stating that all leaderboards except for collector score would be locked on July 31st. This seems to be the first step of progressing to the update. These leaderboards were actually supposed to be frozen back in January and that did not happen, but it seems like now TwoZoos felt that it was the right time to get these frozen in preparation for the upcoming update. So now in regards to the update, what we do know is that the update will be for endgame players who have completed all 240 shiny giants. On March 7th, 2024, TwoZoos announced in the main cap Discord that he would soon begin working on an update that would be for endgame players. He also stated at that time that if you had completed all 240 shiny giants, the only way to make progress in the game at that point would be to work on rebirths and quests if you hadn't yet completed those badges. Now, I can't say if completing all of the badges will be a requirement to advance, or if TwoZoos was just stating that this was something you could work on if you wanted to see progress while you waited for the update. He did, however, say in that same announcement that there would be one more thing that players needed to do if they chose to go on to Collector Score 1.0. So on the leaderboard here in your server, you will see this middle column here is collector score. And at this time, the highest point that you can advance to is 0.9. So TwoZoos is telling us that you will be able to go on to 1.0, but there's one other thing that you must do. Could he be referring to getting all the badges? Or is there some other requirement that we don't yet know about? Another indication that this update is most likely going to be requiring completion of the shiny giants is this doorway right here in the mine. This seems like it could be an entrance to a new area, and right here on the door, very lightly hidden, is this little shiny giant heart symbol. If you can see it right there above the generation bar. So that could be an indication that you will need 240 unique shiny giants to move on to the next area and whatever the game has in store for us. Exotic crystals will have a purpose in this update. In the newest sneak peek, we see that on the far wall, exotic crystals are displayed there with the text Permanent Exotic Crystals. TwoZoos also mentioned in a March 19th Discord announcement that for endgame players who had completed all shiny giants, that increasing exotic crystal score would be another way to make progress while waiting for the update to be released. Now, I do not wish to speak too much about this as I'm not trying to persuade anyone's gameplay. The decisions that you make are all yours, but I will say that if you have not yet finished your shiny giants, I would definitely stay on that path. Keep hunting those giants. Don't stop what you're doing to try to farm exotic crystals. However, if you have completed your shiny giant index, it may be something that you want to consider doing at this time. We also see a new type of mythic stone called shiny stone. It is pink and purple in color, and we can also see that in the recent sneak peek as well. It appears that there is a multiplier of some type maybe to get these stones. Perhaps the multiplier will be based on your exotic crystal score. I'm always looking for symbolism and meaning in things, and I noticed the use of this pink color here in the font. And we have a pink stone, and also exotic crystals have always been written in this sort of pale pink color. So I'm wondering if there is a connection there of some kind. Perhaps we'll see some type of expansion here in this little exotic crystal cave. Perhaps one of these walls will open up to reveal a pathway into the new area, or we will just see something else placed in here. Or there's also the possibility that the only entranceway to the new area will be here through the mine. But it does make sense that the new area will lead most likely behind this door, and on the other side of that door is this area here, which is the exotic crystal area. I think there will be some type of rebirth or reset involved. A couple months ago, I had made a prediction video based off of a poem that TwoZoos had released. And in that video, I stated that I felt like a rebirth of some kind would be possible based on a few factors. Now, collector score starts in the game at 0.0, and we have worked our way up to 0.9. We learned that 1.0 will be the next step, and could it continue on from there to 1.1, 1.2, so on and so forth, all the way up to 2.0 eventually? Restarting the entire game does seem like it would be rather time consuming, so perhaps it will just be some type of a reset, maybe just in the mine and you'll have to get the giants and the shiny giants again. I will be very interested to see if this update will allow for prolonged gameplay, or if it's just going to be some type of a finale. In the sneak peek, I also noticed this area in the background here with steps and a pillar, and that reminds me of this rebirth area here in the rebirth cave. In the poem that TwoZoos had released in one of his announcements in the main Discord, there were terms mentioned like final gate, which could be the doorway into the final area. Rim dragged in hearth could mean the torches that you need to light, like fire. Between the black and white, gray is the color between black and white, and gray is used very often, obviously, here in the game. Gray walls, gray stones, gray pillars, gray podiums. Everything you see is gray. And then the line, "He leads these men up high." He could be referring to himself. TwoZoos could be referring to himself in that poem. But recently he released this picture of a dragon atop the mountain area. And could this be the he that leads this men up high and soars and shouts to places? Dragons soaring. Of course, I'm just speculating. I don't really know. Like I said, I really like symbolism and trying to read into things. So the poem could really be meaningless as TwoZoos joked it was, but it could also be an indication that we will be rebirthing or resetting in some way. The sneak peeks we started seeing back in April of 2024 showed us options for extended, increased boosts. What we saw were increases to double strike luck, increased egg luck, generation speed, calcify luck, and exotic crystal promotion. Now, based on what we have seen so far, mining is still going to be important, as will generating, calcifying, and of course exotic crystal promotion, because I believe that exotic crystals are going to be a big factor going forward. Above the types of upgrades you can buy, you see text in pink. I believe that to be the names of the new pets, and an indication that you will need shiny stones to buy them based on the color of the text and the color of the shiny stone. New pets are going to be introduced, but I'm not sure yet what purpose they will have or how they will be used or equipped. Viper Toffee had released a video a few weeks ago showing us some new pets that had never been seen before in the game. 7 new pet types were shown, some having 2 versions of them, some having 3. In the recent sneak peek, we see that these pets appear to be progressive levels of the boosts that you can purchase. In this image here, you see that he is standing next to this pet and that it says that it replaces another pet. We see that the pet is named and written in the pink font. That most likely means that the pink font shown in the other sneak peeks could be the names of pets as well. I tried to go through and match some of them up based on color and style of the pet and what we can briefly see in the sneak peek. It could just be color coincidence, but I think the most recent sneak peek definitely indicates that these new pets will be the key to these additional boosts offered. So if you have completed your 240 shiny giants, or you're close to doing so, what you should be considering moving forward is the possibility that exotic crystals are going to play a very large part in the upcoming update. And when you're ready to do so, don't forget to set up in your lab. To maximize getting exotic crystals, you want to be selecting things like exotic crystal luck and exotic crystal promotion chance. This is my best advice based on the information given to us by TwoZoos. I do not know for sure that any of this is actually going to happen. This is all just my thoughts and speculation. As always, I want to thank you all for watching. I want to shout out to the members of my Discord and YouTube community. Thank you all for your support. I hope you all have a great weekend. If I hear any other news of the update, of course you know I will be sharing that with you. But for now, thank you again for watching, and I will see you all in the next video.
Wow.